Hello everyone, I once again welcome you all to my YouTube channel English by Nisa. In this video, we are going to discuss how to leave to be 200 by Stephen Leacock in English. In the last video, I have explained the same video in Hindi language. In this video, we are discussing in English. So before moving further, let's know about the author Stephen Leacock. Stephen Leacock was a Canadian political economist, humorist, and a short story writer. In his work, he usually reflects on human folly and the psychological issues of the modern world. And Stephen Leacock enjoyed enormous popular success with his short stories and sketches. As far as How to Live to be 200 is concerned, it is a very beautiful essay in which the writer has satirized those people who are obsessed by the idea of health mania, means health craze. So it is a humorous essay on the fantastic health habits of a person known as Jiggins, like a type of today's young people. So in this essay, Jiggins symbolizes the so many young people who are unusually obsessed with their bodily exercises. He kept on taking hard exercises regularly, yet Jiggins died in his youth and could not see his old age. So that's why writer Stephen Leacock he satirizes all those people who are obsessed by the idea of being strong and healthy. According to Leacock, physical fitness and health cannot postpone the death. One has to die at an appointed time. So one should be worried about his health and one should take care of himself, but not to be pre-planned and in hard and daily exercises. The only thing is we should enjoy our life and be healthy. So before starting this lesson, I want to say you one thing. In this lesson, Stephen Leacock he has uses some over the top statement only to amuse his reader. So don't take these all advices seriously. Just read it as for a language study and as you are reading a comprehension. So let's start our essay How to Live to be 200 by Stephen Leacock. So here Stephen Leacock he start his essay by telling us about the Jiggins, the health maniac. So what the Jiggins did every morning, he get up early in the morning and every day he took a cold plunge. Cold plunge means cold bath. He did this so because he think that it will open its pores. After his cold bath, Jiggins used to take a hot sponge in order to close his pores. So according to Jiggins, he could open and shut his pores at his will. Then, after taking a bath, he used to stand in front of the window every morning for an half an hour to take a breath. He said that it expanded his lungs. So, on this point, here author Stephen Leacock he satirized him and he said that if he would really wanted to expand his lungs so that he can go to a shoe store and he can expand his lung with the help of a boot stretcher. Now, now boot stretcher it is an equipment to stretch the height or width of a shoe. Then, after taking a breath, he used to do sando exercises by moving forward and backward. Again, author here satirizing this person Jiggins, and he said that he could have a good job as a dog anywhere. Jiggins used to spend all his spare time at this kind of things. Means in his office hour, when he get the spare time, he used to lie on his stomach on the floor and see if he could lift himself up with his knuckles, means the joints of the finger. Instead of using his spare time in eating or having some refreshment, he would lie on his stomach and do these all things. Then in the evening, Jiggins lifted iron bars, cannonballs, and pulled himself up to the ceiling. All the noises of these exercises was so loud that one could hear the stumps far away. And also here Jiggins spent half the night slinging himself around the room to make his brain clear. He think that by doing this slinging exercises he can clear his brain. Then, when he satisfied after slinging, he went to sleep. Then, as soon as he get up in the morning, he again started all those exercises which he did before. Unfortunately, even so much exercises did not keep Jiggins alive to enter his old age, as his death came at the early age. Perhaps he died earlier than the other man who did not perform the regular exercises as Jiggins. So Stephen Leacock, through his lesson, he wanted to say his readers that, like Jiggins, many young people have the same mania like craze as Jiggins. They behave exactly like chickens and become a great nuances trouble for others. So through this lesson, this Stephen Leacock he wanted to tell his readers that like chickens, many young men they have the same health mania means craze. They behave exactly like chickens and become a great nuisance for others. Like what they do, they get up in the morning at an impossible hour and they start running marathon race before their breakfast and also walk barefoot on grass in order to get dew. And also they search for the places blessed with ozone means fresh air. Now if we talk about the health habits of these kind of people, those who have the health mania, they used to eat easy digestible food. They avoid eating meat because it has too much nitrogen. And also they avoid eating fruit because it has not any nitrogen. What they prefer is albumin and starch and nitrogen to berries, pie and donuts. And these kind of person, those who are health maniac, they don't drink water out of a tap. They won't eat sardine out of a can, means the fish which come in a can. And also they are afraid of alcohol in any shape. So here Stephen Leacock is saying them cowards. So these type of people they become a nuisance for all in the name of health. Even then we can see that like others they easily fall ill and die. In spite of all the trouble exercises, they cannot attain long age. Then what is the use of these all trouble exercises which cannot prevent them to die? So here Stephen Lecoq he doesn't like to see people obsessed with their body care, as obsessions are always bad. So here Stephen Lecoq through this lesson humorously gave us some pieces of advices, but these advices you should not take seriously. Now what are those advices? The first advice he gave us that when we should get up. So he said that we should get up in the morning hardly half an hour before our office opens, which means if your office opens at 11, get up at 10:30. And if your work begin at 7 in the morning, get up at 10 minutes before. But don't be liar here to say that you like it. You like to get up in the morning. No one likes to get up in the morning. Then after next advice he gave that we should not care much about the getting pure and fresh air. And also we should take a warm bath instead of cold bath so that we may get rid of the cold pinching water and feel comfortable in our warm bath. Then next he talk about the germ and bacilli. And according to author, they are harmless, totally harmless. And he made a fictional story about this bacilli that once he had a bacilli, its name was Fido or Robert. And that Fido means bacilli. He would come and lie on the author's feet when he was working. And he also said that he never knew a more affectionate companion than the bacilli. And then, when it was run over by an automobile, he buried it in the garden with genuine sorrow. And after saying this fictional story, he admitted that this is an exaggeration. The author here he has uses exaggeration technique because exaggeration is a tool for satire. Now next he gave advice on food. We should eat whatever we want and to extent as much as we like. The only test is can we pay for it? If you can pay for it, then you can eat whatever you want. Now, next advice he gave us that don't worry as to whether your food contains starch or albumin, gluten, or nitrogen. Don't bother about these all things. Just eat whatever you want and whatever you like. And if you are damn fool enough to want these all things in your food, then go and buy them and eat all of them. Means here author wanted to say us that those who are damn fool about these all things in their food like protein, starch, albumin, gluten and nitrogen, he is saying them that go to market and buy all these things and you can eat this. Like if you want starch in your food, then you go to laundry and get a bag of starch from there and eat your fill, means eat unless satisfied. And if you want more starch, then go and take a long drink of glue. And if you want gluten in your food, then eat a spoonful of Portland cement. So here he is satirizing those people who are obsessed about their health. And the people who really want nitrogen in their food, then he suggests them to go to druggists and ask them to give a can full of nitrogen and you can sip with straw. Means you can drink that nitrogen with a straw. So here in this lesson, author satirizing those people, those who are obsessed about their food, healthy habit means food habit, and they want all these things in their food. So according to author, we don't have these many things in our food, but you should not take it seriously. We have these kind of things in our food, not these things which you are seeing on the picture, but nitrogen and starch we have in our food. The last author gave us suggestion about the fresh air and exercise. He said us that don't bother with either of them. Means if you really want fresh air, then get your room full of good air, then shut up the windows and keep it. It will keep for years. Then next he talks about the lungs. He said us that don't keep using your lungs all the time, let them rest. And as far as exercise is concerned, then you can do light exercises which can help you to stay healthy. And it's also not necessary. And at last, he suggests us that if you are rich enough, then you buy people and ask them to do exercises for you, and you see them doing gymnastic for you. And also, we can even do so when sitting in under the tree, under the shade of the tree, by smoking cigarette. Through this lesson, Stephen Leacock he wanted to advise his readers that we should divert our attention away from our body care and attend to the enjoyment of life like a carefree person. And also, he said that we should remember that the more we enjoy the joys of life, the more we shall become healthy. He concluded his essay by saying that eat, drink, and be merry. What else do you want? Means eat whatever you want and drink whatever you want and enjoy your life. What else do you want? So, this is all about the essay How to Live to Be 200 by Stephen Leacock, which is a satirical humorous essay. And here, Stephen Leacock has used the technique of exaggeration for that because he has using this technique to produce a special humor. You can see the title. The title itself is a great exaggeration of fact. You can see 200. Even the man who gets a long life to live today does not have a life of 200 years. There are few person who get the life like 100, and the normal means average age of a person in today's world is little above 70. So that's why writer has taken exaggeration figure like 200 in this title. So the question arises why he has used the figure 200 in this essay in the title. So the answer is very clear. Cock is not writing a chapter for a book on health and physical education for public, but he was writing a satirical essay. And exaggeration is very popular tool of satire. If he would have used the figure like 100, 120, or even the almost rare figure of 140, it would not give that satirical color to this essay. So, through this title and the figure 200, he wanted to say his reader that no one can achieve 200 years age. And another thing that he wishes to say, death comes at an appointed time, and no one can get his death postponed by achieving good health. So, there is a fixed time to death. Health and all these healthy life are no guarantee against death. So one must not waste his life in being extra careful and over conscious about what to eat or breathe. A moderate attitude is the real requirement. So I hope it would be helpful for you. Stay tuned for more videos and thanks for watching.